Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good. How's everybody doing?
It's
Hello, Mary.
good.
Hi.
Always
Hello.
a pleasure to have you on board. And thank you. We just got news. We lost one of our near and dear seniors.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear
a
that.
very precious one. So we just got the news.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. The floor is yours,
Oh,
Mary.
okay. All right. Okay. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I have this will stop there. I have a PowerPoint to share with you. Everybody see it?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do a presentation mode though. There it is. Okay. All right. So here let's talk about senior hunger strategies at the Capital Area Food Bank. But I will start with our vision statement, which we envision a community in which everyone has access to sufficient, nutritious food. And then our mission is to help our neighbors thrive by creating more equitable access to food and opportunity through community partnerships. And we're going to be talking about how we do that, throughout the presentation today. So just a little bit about how the Capital Area Food Bank works. So CAFB, I'll just say CAFB from now on, is we source food from various sources. So we have a government channel that we source food through USDA. We actually purchase food through different sources throughout the country. And then we source fresh vegetables and shelf-stable food, I should say that as well. So we source the food. The food arrives at our CAFB distribution center. And we have one, headquarters is located at 4900 Puerto Rico Avenue in Northeast DC. And to give you some kind of idea where it is, you haven't been here already, we're located equidistant between the Fort Totten Metro Station and the Brooklyn subway station. So right smack dab in the middle between those two stations. So we're also, in the Catholic University section of Washington, DC. And then once food arrives at the distribution center, food is sent into the community. I will say we do have a secondary distribution center in Virginia. We're actually building a new building in Virginia that's located in Lorton. And so we're in the midst of a capital campaign to raise funds. But we started the groundbreaking at that center, and that's going to be a great distribution point from for our Virginia community. And then again, we send the food to our community. So food is provided, once the food gets here, it's provided in a few different ways. We have a nonprofit partner network. So we serve about 400 or so pantries and soup kitchens who then provide food to our neighbors. And some of the organizations that we work with, you probably know some of these names are Bread for the City, Martha's Table, First Baptist of Glenarden in Maryland, Food for Others in Virginia. But there's a plethora of other organizations we work with too, all community organizations or and church organizations, religious facilities. We also have direct distribution sites. So where there is a lack of a brick and mortar nonprofit partner, like the ones I mentioned before, we also have a direct distribution sites. And this is to make, it could be where there's a lack of a nonprofit partner, or in programming as well. So usually where there's just a limited number of partners available to distribute, whatever program we're trying to deliver. And then the last way we distribute food into community is the Food Plus partnerships. So there are programs that provide job training and other healthcare and also education. And I'll name one that actually helped my son. It's called the Hope Learning Center. It's off of Pennsylvania Avenue in Southeast DC. It provides computer training for folks. And my son was happened to be a part of that program. And so they are providing workforce development, and then the food bank will come in and then provide the food to make sure that the people who are engaged in that programming, we kind of take food and that concern off the table so they can really focus on, job training, on their healthcare or their education. We also have a program called Curbside. That's providing retail grocery access. And you can see our curbside truck in the lower right-hand corner, and then Gerald, who is also one of the curbside drivers. You can see him holding up some fresh produce, bananas and peppers in front of the squash that we also provide to the community. This is food that we provide specifically to DC's Ward 8 and in Maryland, Prince George's County, because there's a lack of grocery stores in those two areas. So we're focusing on providing more retail access for those two areas. And the food available on the truck is at affordable prices. So directly into the community, these are some other ways that we have some of our direct distribution programs. Family markets, joyful markets, and school pantry sites are all programs that we provide shelf-stable, fresh produce to families and children who are going to schools in our area. Family markets are throughout our service region. I didn't say this, but we do serve DC, Prince George's County, Montgomery County in Maryland, and then Northern Virginia. So we have family markets all throughout our service area. Joyful Food Markets is a program that we facilitate in partnership with Martha's Table. Martha's Table, they provide the staff to actually do the distributions at the markets, and then we provide the food. And we have, I think it's 30 Joyful Food Markets, and they're all located in Wards 7 and 8. And then we have school food pantries. These are just simply pantries that you might find at a church or a community organization, except they're based in a school setting. I'm not sure of the number that we have for those, but the idea is that the food is in an area where it can be easily accessed by families. Children go to school, families and parents and grandparents, uncles, aunts, they pick up food at those sites, and this is a convenient way to provide food access to those folks. We also provide after school and summer meals to sites, DPR sites in DC and Park and Rec sites in Maryland and Virginia, and some other community sites as well. And these are all the after school meals that kids can take advantage of when they're going to their aftercare programs for homework help and arts and crafts and that kind of thing. And throughout the summer we also provide those meals as well. And then the last program I'm going to talk about before I get to my programs is the mobile market and community marketplace program. You guys probably go to farmers markets to purchase fresh produce from. In fact, we have a program that I'm going to talk about that provides access or benefits to do that. Well, we have mobile markets and community marketplaces that are basically free farmers markets, and they're located throughout DC, Maryland, and Virginia. If you're interested in any of those, I can provide you some information on those, but they're really great programs, and it really gives a lot of access to fresh produce to communities that lack that access. So now we're to the programs that I oversee, and these are programs for older adults. We have two senior-centric programs. One is called CSFP, and that's short for Commodity Supplemental Food Program. They are branded differently in each state. In Maryland, the program is called My Groceries to Go, and we facilitate that program in Maryland or in Prince George's and Montgomery County. And then it's called Grocery Plus in DC. And these are grocery distributions of mostly shelf-stable commodity foods to income-qualified seniors that are 60 and above. In the summer, just for Grocery Plus, CFSP provides Seniors Farmers Market Nutrition Program vouchers to older adults to utilize to purchase fresh produce at local farmers markets. And this is a one-time benefit of $50 per year. And it used to be delivered, it says here on the voucher, but now it's delivered on a card, sort of on like an EBT card that seniors can go to markets and swipe and purchase, locally grown produce, herbs, and honey. Then there's the Senior Brown Bag Program, and that's also a monthly distribution. It is sort of mismatch of different foods. So we have some commodity foods through the TFAB program. That's the income qualified program for seniors 55 and above. And then that monthly menu could include those TFAB commodities, frozen protein, and fresh produce. Now we're going to get to sort of the details about the two programs in the next few slides. So a CFSP or Grocery Plus, which is also My Groceries to Go in Maryland. The age qualification is age 60 or above for Grocery Plus. You have to be a resident of DC. And the income qualification is at 130% of poverty. And I've got to update this slide because it says the maximum income is $1,473. Well, there's been an adjustment in the guidelines, and it's actually 1,580. Not a lot more, but it does increase, and we can serve some people who are just a little bit over that previous income. And we serve 5,570 seniors in DC for the Grocery Plus program, which is, overseen by USDA. USDA assigns a caseload to each state, and our caseload for DC has been increased from that 5,411 that you see on the screen here to 5,570. So we can serve up to that many people. But the enrollment for the program is a rolling enrollment. So we're continually enrolling seniors in the program because if they don't have space in our caseload, you can be on a wait list. So if you're on a wait list, if a senior that's on the active caseload does not pick up their box, we can serve one of our wait list seniors. So what's in the box? A variety of items. You can see a good picture here, representation of what the seniors get in the Grocery Plus box on a monthly basis. So it's 1 to 2 bottles of juice, 2 to 3 packets of meat, and that's could be beef, chicken, salmon, or tuna. And then we also do 2 cartons of shelf-stable milk or dry milk. We also have plant-based protein, so peanut butter, canned beans, lentils, or dry beans. And then we have 2 packs of grain items, and that's either pasta or rice. It also includes 1 block of cheese. That is the non-shelf stable item. That's not included in the box. You'll get your box, and then the cheese is generally on top of the box. It also includes 2 or 3 cans of fruit. And we always try to make sure that it's just fruit that's packed in its own juices or in a light syrup, so it's much more nutritious. And then 8 cans of vegetables, and we also try to do low sodium vegetables for that item. And then 2 breakfast items, and that could be a dry cereal or a hot cereal. I'm gonna stop there just for a minute. 'Cause I've gone through 11 of my 16 slides. So are there any questions that I can answer right now?
Don't see any hands up, but as I
Okay.
said,
All right, so I'll continue on. All right, so just the idea of how many seniors we serve in both their programs for CFSP, 6,870. That provides about 24 meals per month. So in that box, you'll get about 24 meals per month. And again, that's 5,570 in DC and 650 in Montgomery and Prince George's County. Then there's the second program called Senior Brown Bag. The eligibility for that program is the age is a little lower, so it's ages 55 and over. The program is available in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And the household income aligns with eligibility for TFAP in all those jurisdictions. So the minimum income qualification is 170%, and then as high as 185%. But it's based on region. So basically, I think in DC, the income qualification is 170% of poverty. So what's in the bag? What's in your brown bag? I mentioned that before. It's TFAP commodities. The food bank actually purchased product to make sure there's a balanced bag in the senior brown bag. We also include fresh produce as well as donated products. And then with senior brown bag, the bag provides about 8 to 10 meals per month to about 3,500 older adults in DC, 832 in DC, 503 in Montgomery County, a little over 1,200 in Prince George's, 200, over 200 in Arlington, about 600 in Fairfax, and a small portion in Prince William, about 63. The one region or county that you don't see here is Alexandria. We have a pretty strong partner in Alexandria, Virginia, called Alive, that provides senior programming there. So the need is not as high in Alexandria to warrant having this program there. All right. And then the way we distribute at each of those programs, we use a number of distribution channels. Most of the distributions are in senior housing. We also do home delivery, and home delivery are for folks who are homebound, and it's based on a needs assessment. So if the person does not have a proxy, then they can pick up their box or the senior's box or bag. We actually deliver to their homes, and we utilize DoorDash. In case anybody's ever heard of DoorDash, it's a delivery system for meals and that kind of thing. We're using that to deliver our bags and boxes to our seniors. We also have distributions at community centers, churches, and our new way of distributing our programming is through our Grocery Plus van. The van site is simply for Grocery Plus, it's not for Senior Brown Bag right now. And we have about 13 sites that we distribute to. And it's a little bit easier to distribute from the van because we don't have to have a truck distribute, deliver the food to a site and then have that offloaded. We can deliver the Grocery Plus boxes directly to seniors off the back of the van. And then for more information, there's my name and number, my email address, and that's the end of the PowerPoint, and I'm happy to take any questions that you have.
Okay, there are a few questions. We've got Rosetta Archie, go ahead and unmute as well. We would like Wilma to unmute, Brenda to unmute, and Diane to unmute. We begin with Rosetta.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Hi, dear. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I just wanted to know how to sign up because I'm bedridden. I could walk around a little bit, but to get down to the truck and all, I would have difficulty. And also, I just wanted to know, how do I go about getting signed up? I know you showed your information, but I didn't have time to write it down.
Okay, yeah, I can give that and I can put it in the chat too. And I
Yeah.
can send the PowerPoint to Thelma so she can, share. I guess she could share with
I
you.
need to do that.
Yes, ma'am. But yeah, but my to apply for the Grocery Plus program, you can go to our walk-in center. That's the easiest way to do it, is to go to our walk-in center, because there's a one-page application you complete, but we also need to see your ID. We don't need to see
Yes.
anything else. We don't need to see income, proof of income or anything like that. We just need to see your ID. So the easiest way is to go to our walk-in center, and that is located at 5601 East Capitol Street, Southeast. That's
Oh, I'm not too far from there.
oh, good.
Yeah, I'm right over here,
Yeah,
4656 Livingston Road, Southeast.
yeah. And if just another clue, we're actually, the walk-in center is located in DC Scholar School.
Okay.
It's right across the street from Maya Angelou Charter School.
Yes, I know where that is. Yeah.
So but the address is 5601 East Capitol Street, and I'll give the number as well, because there is a way that we can do the application.
Could you hold on for a minute so I can write down the number?
Sure.
Hold on.
And I can put it on in the chat too, if I can.
Okay.
Oh, somebody in the chat said, can you belong to both programs? Yes, it is possible to belong to both programs, but we're trying to actually limit that. We're trying to serve as many seniors as possible, and so we really are trying store it to be an either or type of situation.
Could you give me the number?
Yeah. I just put it in the chat, but the number is 202
Mm-hmm.
644
Mm-hmm.
9880. So just so you know, we have two customer service clerks there. They're in and out of the walk-in center, usually putting boxes in seniors' cars. You're probably gonna leave a message, but they will get back to you. Okay, so
Okay.
they'll get back to you. Just leave a message if they're a live person doesn't answer.
And one more thing, dear. God bless you. Take your sip.
Thank you.
Give me your name.
Oh, it's Marian, Marian
Mhm.
Peele.
Say that last name again.
Peel, P as in Paul, Eele.
I got you. Thank you, dear.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so excited.
Oh, good.
Really, I am. I'm thankful and grateful to God, and I'm just happy.
Amen.
This is wonderful. I'm gonna lower my hand now.
Okay, the next we have is Wilma. Go ahead, Wilma.
Okay, hello, this is Wilma,
I'm
and
good.
I just got into the program I picked up a box last Monday,
Uh-huh.
and I noticed there's some things in there that I really don't know how to cook, like the corn grits.
Oh,
Yeah, so I want to ask the question, how do you cook the corn grits? And I know I cook regular grits. Do you cook them the same way?
about the same way, but USDA has a pretty good website of recipes on how to cook all of their commodities, and I'm happy to send one to you.
Okay.
What's the best way for me to get your email address?
Okay.
She can put it in the chat.
Okay,
You
Okay.
can put her email address in the chat.
awesome.
Me put it in there? I'll try. Okay, and also I was thankful that they gave me the card to go to the fresh market to get the
Yes,
fresh food.
Yeah.
And
All
it's
right.
it's only $50 at one time, isn't
Yes,
it?
ma'am. It's only a one-time benefit, $50. Yeah.
Okay, and you can go to any farmer's market.
Pretty much all of them. You should have gotten a farmer's market guide as well.
Yeah, I think they did give me that.
Okay, so look on the guide and those will list all the farmers markets that you can go to.
Okay. I didn't see them on here, but
Yeah, and if you, so there should be a number on there for Fresh Farm. Fresh Farm
yeah,
is actually the organization that's, that is facilitating the distribution of the benefits.
okay,
They only just giving you the card.
all right.
Fresh
And that-
Farm operates all the farmers markets and that kind of thing. So, you can always call them and they can give you a list as well.
Right. So I signed up, but my aide will be picking them up. Is that every other Monday?
For the box,
Yeah, for the box.
that's once a month.
Once a month. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yes, ma'am.
All righty. So they will give us a call, he said, when it's time to get to let me know when to pick up the box.
Yeah, we generally give a reminder. We do work with about 70 sites. Some sites do their own calling. Some sites, they'll post a poster up, letting you know when the distribution is. So
Okay.
if the site doesn't request us to do a call automation, we won't do that for the site because they have some other way of
Okay.
of letting you know.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mhm.
And look out for your email.
All right. Brenda, you're next. Go ahead, Brenda.
Yes, hi, Miss Marion.
I'm Miss Brenda.
I'm good. Miss Marion, for the senior brown bag program, you said the income is 170% of the poverty level. So
Yeah.
what would be the monthly?
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have that because, but I'll get that for you. Let me look it up while I'm answering some other questions and.
Okay,
I
now,
can find that
another
out
thing,
for you.
can I apply for that online and provide my ID?
Yeah,
or-
unfortunately, we don't have a online process for that right now.
Okay.
It depends on what site you're at. And I'll tell you something that's gonna be happening with this, well, tell everybody something that's gonna be happening with the Senior Brown Bag Program. This year, we're in a new fiscal year for the Capital Area Food Bank. Our new fiscal year starts in July and it ends in June 2024. We're gonna be reimagining the Senior Brown Bag Program. So it's gonna look much different next year than what it looks like today. So we're not doing a lot of recruitment for the program, so each site will have their own caseload, and so based on the caseload, they can tell you whether or not you can join in that area or not. But we're looking at a couple of ways, and honestly, since I've got Thelma's ear, maybe when we have some ideas for the new programming, would it be possible for us to come back and present those ideas to this group to see how they feel about them? Just sort of as a focus group or something like that.
Okay. And one other thing, so if I apply and I'm approved, do they deliver or would I have to go pick it up?
Yeah. If it's a CFSP program, we do provide a home delivery. There has to be needs-based though, because we don't have a lot of funding to do delivery. So it has to be someone who is homebound or does not have someone that can act as a proxy to pick up their box. So with the CFSP program, you can designate someone, you can designate a child, a cousin, a neighborhood, a neighbor, anybody who is available and trusted by you to pick up your box for you.
Okay.
That will alleviate us, doing the home delivery because there is a cost to it,
Okay, okay. All right then, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Diane Leach. Go ahead, Diane.
Yes, hello, how you doing, Marion?
I'm Ms. Diane.
I was listening to you say computer programs. Is that to help people get jobs?
I don't remember quite saying about computer when I did.
You said something about your son doing the
Oh
computer.
yeah. So that's called a Hope Learning Center. So he took that. This was about 8 years ago. And
Oh,
once
okay.
you go through, it's still, it's still operating today. Once you go through that program, I think it was 6 or 7 months, they actually place you at a job. And so Marshall went through the program, he had a successful graduation and everything, and he was placed at the government accounting office. And he worked there for, I think for a couple of years.
So he got a couple certifications.
Yeah, you have to get, so they provide your network certification for you, in
Right.
Microsoft. But he's gone on to the Pentagon, and now he works for the Naval Department at the Navy Yard.
Yeah.
So it's a
Now,
great program.
is it free?
It is absolutely free. Yep.
Wow.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
I went through Bite Back.
Yeah, well, I can
You
tell
heard
you,
about,
Marshall is doing so well. I'm so proud of him, as any mother would be proud of their child, and he's making a lot of money from that program. So
I know.
I
Well,
really,
I'm
What's the
gonna
name
say
of the
this.
program again?
it's called the Hope Learning Center. And you can look for it online. Just look up Hope Learning Center, and it's at least when Marshall took it, it was at the their site was at on Alabama Avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue, almost before you get to Alabama. I can't remember the name of that shopping center.
Okay.
But right before you get to Alabama Avenue.
Marion, I took the,
I'll look it up. Thank you.
Marion, this Diane again. I have several certifications, but just when I was applying for the job, I had a stroke, so I
Oh,
couldn't
no.
use my certifications. But I too have certifications, and it's a
Alright.
wonderful thing for people to go to.
It is. I'll tell you a seminar I took about 2 weeks ago with AARP. They help you to get remote jobs so that you could be in DC and working for a company in Denver or in California, and they actually
Yes.
facilitate those. So you should try to look that up.
Okay, well, I'm not looking for a job now.
Okay.
I'm old, but thank you very much, Ms.
Sure.
Marion.
Sure.
I'd like to have that information, Miss Mary.
Huh?
Thank you, Diane.
ARP?
Yes, Miss Marion.
Okay, do you have any
What-
more slides you wanted to show, Marion, before we go on to the rest of the questions? Because you,
Oh, no, that was it. That was the end.
that
of
was
the
it. So you're open for questions up until 1:30. Okay, all right, so we'll go with Ann Dennis next. Go ahead, Ann, on mute.
I think you're next, Ms. Dennis.
Okay, is she?
Hi, Marion. I'm glad to put a face to the conversation we had the other day.
We had such a nice
I
conversation.
wanted to
didn't
know
we?
about yes, we did. I hope we have another one.
Me too. Yeah.
Wanted to ask you about the card. They're gonna give you a card. Is it gonna be separate, or are you gonna combine it with the Produce Plus?
It depends. If you have a Produce Plus card already and you let them know, they'll put the benefit on your Produce Plus card. If you don't have a Produce Plus card, or even if you do, you can have both cards and they'll still work.
Okay,
But it's a convenience factor. If you let them know, hey, I already have a Produce Plus card, they can, and you give them the card number, they can load the benefit on the card.
okay. But we don't have to spend all that $90, but you'll have the $50 all at one time.
Yeah, the $50, you should try to spend, the end, I think it's September 30th, or I think it's September 30th. They may, and they always do this, the last couple of years, they've extended it until October 30th. But the Produce Plus benefit is monthly. So that's $40 monthly. If you don't spend your $40, you don't get that back. So incumbent on you to go ahead and spend that.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I know you have to spend that 40 every month.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
But thank you, and it's so
Thank
nice
you.
to see you.
It's so nice to see you too.
Okay, darling. Thank you
Okay.
so much for what you do for us. I really appreciate the
Oh, that's so
program.
sweet of you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Rosetta. Go ahead, Rosetta.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
Yes, my question is, like I said, I'm bedridden. I can get around a little bit, but not like I would like to as far as going out and getting myself to places I need to get to. So I need this program. I'd like to sign up for it or some kind of way get my information in and to, be able to participate in getting food.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have someone that can, that you can give your ID to?
Yes,
And
I sure do. My social worker.
hey, your social worker can go to the walk-in center and, apply in your stead. So
Yes.
I'm just putting the, walk-in centers, and forgive me for not putting, having a slide for that. I should have thought.
It's okay.
That's the walk-in center address is in the chat. That's 5601 East Capitol Street. So you can have your social worker, go to the walk-in center to make sure she brings your ID. And she can apply for you. The only thing that we'll need is that she can bring the application back because you'll have to sign it.
Yes. And what's the address again?
It's 5601 East Capitol Street, Southeast.
Okay. I got you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
All right, we've got Donald. Go ahead, Donald.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Peel. I have a church member who I've given a lot of this information, but I gave it to her in paper form and she can't find it now.
Okay.
Is there one number, not where she can, or there's probably more than one person in church, not where she can sign up, but just one number that she can call and get most of the information that you just shared?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, no. The number that you can call to get about the Senior Brown Bag and CFSP is the 202-644-9880 number.
Okay.
To the walk-in center. They're familiar with the Senior Brown Bag, so they can tell you about it. But like I said before, we're really not expanding the Senior Brown Bag much because we are going to be transitioning to another distribution model with Senior Brown Bag.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, and our next person, I think that's it. That was it. Marion, you seems like you're going to be able to exit early.
I want to get. No, I want to stay around. I'll stick around.
You'll stick around. Okay.
Could you give us your Brown chat number again, please,
Yeah.
ma'am?
Let me
Thank
get off of this just for a minute. I'm gonna do a quick search. Okay, so for the Senior Brown Bag for DC, that is monthly. It is $2,096. That's the maximum for a household of one.
Okay.
And for, if you want to know for, for each household member, you can add $728 and that'll tell you the maximum income based on household size.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The phone number?
For the Brown Bag program,
Uh-huh.
Guess what? I found something.
you can call the 202-644-9880 number. And just tell them. you wanna, enroll us.
9800. Okay.
Yeah, it's 202-644-9880. Tell them that you're interested in brown bag, but I will, like I said, I'll just repeat that we're not really expanding that program because it's going to be undergoing some changes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on. Our next person on the list is Jeanette. Go ahead, Jeanette. Jeanette Martin, you have a question on mute.
Okay, I spend a lot of time. Good afternoon for number one.
Good afternoon.
And I spend a lot of time with my son, and we were just talking, and he asked the question. He said, "With all of the free food distribution that you all do, he knows that you got to buy the food somewhere. And is it possible he can make a cash donation?" I told him I didn't know.
You have a terrific son. I can tell you that. Yes,
Thank you.
You can make a donation online, and our website is capital area. That's CAPITAL area foodbank.org. And I'll put it in the chat as well.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank him for me. I appreciate that.
I certainly will.
Our next person is Denise Jackson. Go ahead and unmute Denise, followed by Brenda.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
I wanted to ask you a question. I did my application on this, and I supposed to been getting delivered, but I didn't call about 4 or 5 times, and they keep saying they're gonna give my name to somebody, whoever, to call me back, and no one called me yet about the delivery.
Well, I am sorry that that's happened. Do you remember who you spoke to?
I got it delivered last year.
Okay, do you remember who you spoke to, Ms. Jackson?
No, not offhand. I might have spoke with you one time, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my telephone number for you to call me afterwards. And it's for anybody can use this number. It's 202. I'll put it in the chat as I'm doing.
Yeah, that'd be good. So I can take a picture of it.
9883. That's my
personal number.
That's my desk number, and then my cell number. I'm going to put that in there too. 202-365-3250.
Okay. All right. What time do you be in your office to call?
I'm usually here from 9 to 5:30.
Okay, Monday through Fridays. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good, safe day.
Thank you. Same.
Well, rest of the week.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. See anybody else? I see Miss Megan Annis.
Yeah, Miss Marion, me again.
Yes,
I was looking at the monthly income. Now it's me and my son, but he works, so it's just the two of us, but I would have to provide his income.
Actually, you provide just your income. Are you talking about for the
senior brown bag program?
Yeah. Yeah, and this you don't see it either? Okay. Oh no, okay. Let me just do that to everyone. I'm sorry. 823. For senior brown bag again, we're really not accepting too many. I don't want you to, I'd rather for you to focus on Grocery Plus, because that's a program where we don't have a lot of limitations. With senior brown bag, we do, because we will be changing that program. And then, once those changes are made, we'll open up enrollment a lot more then. But for right now, it really is limited. But just to tell you, for the income, for every person in your household, you just add $728.
Okay.
But honestly, there is no income verification on either of these programs. So you just give your income and that's what we accept.
Okay, because I applied for the CSF a couple of years ago. And at the time they were taking income information and I didn't meet the requirement, so.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been about 4 years since they dropped the income verification, compliance. So, why don't you try it again, Ms. McManus, and
Okay.
and call that the 202-644-9880 number. And,
Okay.
the income qualification is a little lower for Grocery Plus,
Right.
but, it's possible that you still qualify.
Okay, all right, thank you again.
And the reason why you didn't see my number is because I did it directly to Miss Underwood. I'm so sorry about that. I'm gonna put the website in here for the food bank, in case anybody would like it.
3250. 32.
Okay. Yeah, Miss Morris, you wanna unmute, ask a question?
Yes, I heard you saying something about the AARP program. Do you have a phone number for that program at AARP?
I don't. I'm an AARP member, and I get a lot of their emails. They're always sending them, and I just responded to one when they had a sort of a workforce development program. What I'll do is if you put your email address in the chat for that email, because I know they do it every couple of months where they provide some hints and tips on getting jobs, and then they actually share where some of those jobs are around the country. So
okay, I'm putting it in there now.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Looking for it. Okay, Ms. Harris, I see your hand up. Is up. Yeah, unmute Ms. Harris.
I got the information. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
great. All right, okay. All right. All right, I see anyone else? Some hands are up, but I know I've already answered.
Yeah, I think Cassandra, did you ask your question as yet, Cassandra?
Yes, I talked to her.
Okay, so we're
about
gonna
the
lower your hand, and
AARP.
I know that Ann did as well.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that seems like it.
All right.
Okay. It seems like that. This is it, Marion.
Okay.
You gave them very good information.
Well, I'm happy to do it, and happy to come back anytime that you want me.
Okay, we have to thank Alice as well, Alice Thompson, for organizing it as well. I know she's home on medical leave. That's why we didn't see her, but just want to thank her as well. Okay, we're going to say goodbye to you, and again,
thank you very much.
to you.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you,
Mary.
Miriam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a safe day.
Thank you. You do the same. Bye-bye.
Bye.